Coming up on Your Edmond, we'll be telling you how local businesses not only give us great shopping opportunities, but they also help the city of Edmond provide great city services.
Now, each day as residents, you most likely purchase something right here in the city of Edmond. Now, whether it's groceries or clothing or dinner out at a restaurant or any number of other things. Now, fortunately, Edmond has many types of businesses that offer all kinds of products right here locally. Now, when we buy these items, we pay a sales tax. The majority of that tax does go to the state government, but the rest stays right here in the city of Edmond, and it provides some of the most wonderful services that you and I have come to expect. Here's more about why local businesses are important to our community.
While driving through our wonderful city, you're bound to see some new business construction going on along one of Edmond's streets. To have active, successful businesses move to Edmond and exist in our community is a great benefit to us for many reasons.
Number one, it creates jobs. Number two is the sales tax, especially if you're in retail. Retail drives the city budget, so if you're able to have adequate income, then the services that the city provides are going to be more than adequate for the expectations of the people that live here. So sales taxes is really important. Shopping here, shopping locally, helps drive our economy, helps provide the essential services that all of us have been sort of kind of used to here in Edmond, Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma, municipalities like Edmond mostly rely on sales tax as their primary revenue source. Ad valorem taxes or property taxes do not presently go to the city of Edmond. Those tax dollars generally go to Edmond's schools and the library. So having businesses in Edmond helps generate sales tax revenue, which can then be used on important city services like police and fire protection. Sales tax revenue is also used to maintain our city streets and excellent parks. In order to keep a strategic positive growth approach within our community, there are different planning zones that require different specifications for businesses to meet. There are 26 distinct zones that are recognized by the City Planning Department through the zoning code. The largest utilized zone in Edmond is for residential, but there are zones designated for businesses, which are typically located along Edmond's most popular streets.
And there are distinctions about where you can have a restaurant, where you can have a grocery store, convenience store, liquor store, and then on hire to open display car lots, those kinds of uses. So it's broken into some very detailed, very specific kinds of areas of the city that you can do different things in.
Bob Schiermeyer is the Director of Planning and Zoning Department in Edmond. Usually when someone is interested in placing their business here, their first stop is with his department. There they can find out about their property's zoning and make sure their development is suitable. The Planning and Zoning Department is also able to direct them to the other departments in the city that can assist them with their project.
Some have to go before the Planning Commission, some go for a building permit. So we need to give them some basic advice about how to start and who to contact and where the issues that might be the most either costly or might impact them the most, where to talk to those people.
Moving a business to Edmond can be quite challenging for some companies. Edmond staff and officials help guide business owners through the process of relocating or starting up in Edmond. The process can be lengthy, and there are many important elements to consider when building a new structure. The facility must meet building codes and fire codes. It must be ADA compliant for residents with disabilities. There must be adequate parking, and there are landscaping requirements to consider as well. Since some of these requirements change from zoning district to zoning district, the process can be strenuous. The Edmond City Council has recognized the challenges these companies faced and created the Development Review Committee to make the process easier for businesses.
And the Development Review Committee is designed to meet with the applicant, if you will, and all of his key people, if you will, architects, engineers, and they come together with the key people on the city staff, the city manager, the assistant city manager, the head of planning and zoning, head of engineering. We bring all those people together so the applicant can talk about what they want to do. and the city can kind of listen to those kinds of things. And if there are any issues, there are things that they want to do that they really can't do, then they're going to be able to identify those kinds of things up front early on. Sometimes it takes them a little while to get through the process. What we've tried to do is improve communications between the new business that wants to come to Edmond with city officials who are going to be able to explain what they can and they can't do and make sure that everybody's on the same page moving forward. We've had 4 or 5 instances where people have actually gone through the process and they came back and tell us, this is the best experience we've had in the state of Oklahoma. And these are people that deal with other communities on a regular basis.
Ken Moore is the president and CEO of the Edmond Chamber of Commerce, which he represents on the Development Review Committee. The chamber currently has over 1,000 members. 90 to 95% of those members are small businesses with 25 employees or less. The chamber offers a variety of programs and events that provide a helpful networking resource for local businesses and new businesses coming to Edmond.
So if you were coming and it's a brand new business, one of the things that you'd want to do is begin to develop business relationships. You'd want to connect with people that could maybe help you grow and prosper. So we do a wide variety of networking events.
Across the hall from the chamber is the Edmond Economic Development Authority, or the EEDA. This group provides valuable information and services to businesses that are interested in Edmond. Once they have moved to Edmond, the EEDA can also help provide marketing services and other resources to help those businesses succeed. The EEDA is also represented on the Development Review Committee. I stopped by their offices and talked with Janet Yowell, the Executive Director of the Edmond Economic Development Authority.
Explain to me and the viewers exactly what is the Edmond Economic Development Authority. Is it economic or economic?
I say economic.
You're the director.
I'm
You're the
from
boss.
the
Okay.
Midwest,
So
so
explain exactly what that is.
We are a public trust of the City of Edmond, so we're kind of a little bit separate. Obviously, we're not on site, but we go to the city for our budget every year like any other department of the city. We have a board of trustees, 9-member board of trustees that are appointed and approved by the City Council. So they decide who sits on our board. They are all citizens of the City of Edmond.
Okay.
And so they have terms and rotate out, and we report to city manager, city council, and we always have a city council person on our board.
Okay. All right. Now, I understand that there are 2 types of businesses, is that correct, that locate in the City of Edmond? What are those 2 types of businesses, and why are we courting those types of businesses?
Well, we'll start by saying that our mission here is to assist new business and to assist business that's already here. So the majority of time is spent with our businesses that are already here, and we divide those into primary and secondary jobs and businesses. Secondary is retail. Primary is a company that produces a good or service for use either here or outside of Edmond.
Okay.
So that would be almost anything that's not retail.
Now explain to me, why is it important for cities in Oklahoma to actually have communities with businesses wanting to move to the area? Why is that so important?
It's important to have jobs for your citizens.
Makes sense.
That provides income for them, and then the better the job can be, the more disposable income you have to spend at your retail businesses, and they're the ones that sales tax revenue that provides everything we need for the services that the City of Edmond provides to the citizens. So the more we spend our money on in retail stores, the more that the city can have better services, better fire, police, parks,
Grow
roads,
and develop and just
keep up
get
with
better.
yes, and keep up with our population. So we're fortunate here. We have an extremely good school district and really high grades, and parents that are concerned with how their kids do in school. That's because we have a more educated population, so it continues the cycle.
It's just kind of a circle, isn't it?
Those kids are going to have and want better paying jobs, and so that's the kind of population that we have here. They're smarter, they're employed by companies that have higher paying jobs, and so those are the kinds we want, those kinds of businesses we want here.
Well, sounds like you've done a good job so far. I mean, we do. We have great businesses, great people. Our living conditions are great here, Edmond. In fact, we were voted
one of the top 10, help me with this, you know what I'm trying
Top
to get
10
at.
places to raise a family
In America.
in America.
Actually, Edmond, Oklahoma was in the top 10.
Yes.
That's amazing. Now, Janet, tell me, if I were a business owner and I was out of state, what's my first step? How do I contact you? And then I'm just going to be selfish and say, once I contact you, what are you going to do for me?
Well, you can contact us several different ways. We know that sometimes people don't know Edmond. They may know the Oklahoma City metro area. So we participate with the Oklahoma City Chamber and promote the metro area.
So you reach out. You're going to kind of
Yes.
reach out to me, really. Okay, all right.
And so you can find us through that, through the Oklahoma Department of Commerce or through our own website at eeda.com. And we're going to provide you, we're really going to customize whatever you need, whether you need information on real estate, if you need information on who to hire for your company, if you need access to that, training for your business, or just coming in and wanting a new location. We'll customize it for whatever you have.
Okay, all right. So you're going to give me all the information in one place that I could ever hope to get.
We're going to give you good customer service, and if we don't have the resources, we're going to find them for you and help you make a decision to locate here.
So you're going to kind of be my own personal business manager, sort of.
We can do that.
in the interim.
Your advocate.
That's great. Janet, thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate it.
Coming up on Your Edmond, find out how Edmond is encouraging more economic growth in our city.
Afternoon, folks. Did you know that you use 50 gallons of water every time you take a shower? Typical households like yours, with toddlers like your little boy there. How do you do, son? 4 showers a day. That is 200 gallons a day. That is 6,200 gallons a month and 74,000 gallons a year. Yowzers! That's why you need the Conservation Waterometer. This little baby hooks up to the shower, simple little thing. Now, you do have to hook this to the ceiling to support the menial weight of the thing, but you never want to touch this part. This part's got liquid nitrogen. That'll freeze off your little face. No, but seriously, you never want to touch this wire.
Mom!
These things are going like hotcakes, but I like you. I'll give you this one today for $1,500. How many showers you got in that house? 3, 4?
Can't we just get the high-efficiency shower head? It's inexpensive, it conserves water, and we can even take shorter showers.
For real?
Yeah, Mom, it's real. Real problems, real solutions, real water conservation.
Water conservation.
Recycling is sporty. Sports makes a healthy body. Recycling makes a healthy city. Edmond recycles. It's what we do. Changing your view is what we want to do.
Just take a look around at our community and you can easily see the benefits of sales tax revenue and the tremendous services that they provide. Sales tax go to our police departments, supports them with equipment, vehicles, and staff to keep Edmond a safe place to live, work, and play. Also, the fire department uses sales tax dollars for their equipment, vehicles, and training, so they can be available and help us when we experience an emergency and need their help. Sales tax goes to help improve our city streets, repair traffic signs and signals. Sales tax also helps maintain these beautiful parks that we all enjoy. I suppose I could be here all day long talking about how sales tax dollars help make our community one of the best places to live and raise a family. That's why it's so exciting to see our city actually encourage economic growth in ways that they've never done before.
Recently, the City of Edmond purchased 7.2 acres of land on the northwest corner of I-35 in Covell. This land, once developed, will be used to build a conference center and a full-service hotel.
We've known for years through the Convention and Visitor Bureau that this community needed a conference center or meeting space. We've studied it, I think 4 different individual studies confirmed that and helped narrow the locations. And this is one of the prime locations that we're invested in.
The proposed conference center will be 20,000 square feet with room to grow in the future. The city is making a commitment of $2 million to install infrastructure to the land, which includes water lines, sewer lines, and streets.
The only principal we will not see paid back directly will be the utilities that we install, and that was a $2 million limited investment. We will see the benefit with the other retail activities that will occur and use those utilities, but that one is not designed to be paid back directly.
In fact, it will be paid back through the sales tax spurred by the development going on there. Along with a hotel and conference center, there are plans to build a large indoor sports complex on the northeast corner of the intersection. Large tournaments held at the sports complex will bring many visitors to Edmond. Conferences held at the center will attract people as well. These visitors will stay in local hotels, eat in local restaurants, and spend their money in other ways. Plus, there is interest from other retail businesses to move to the area as well, which will attract motorists who travel along I-35.
There's a lot of stimulus that we're looking at there. The advantage to this particular location is that the primary three corners, with some limited exception, are relatively undeveloped. So they bring a potential expansion of retail that's pretty significant.
With the city agreeing to buy land for the conference center, the sports facility across I-35, there is going to be a lot of people that are going to come and look at Edmond as a location for their business. And they're going to look at the I-35 corridor certainly more than they've ever looked at it before.
So it's really going to stimulate an awful lot of retail activity, which stimulates sales tax, which stimulates, Edmond's economy.
To find out more about planning and zoning in the city of Edmond, visit the city's website, edmondok.com. To learn more about the Edmond Chamber of Commerce or the EEDA, please visit their websites, edmondchamber.com and eeda.com.
Well, that's another episode of Your Edmond. Now remember to always shop Edmond whenever you can. Let's keep our sales tax dollars right here in an area that we can continue to maintain the excellent city services that we have right here in Edmond. Find out more by visiting our website, edmondok.com, and be sure and check out our other videos by visiting edmondlifetv.com, or you can go to youtube.com/City of Edmond OK. I'm Eric Smith. I'll see you next time on a new Your Edmond.